There is a real sense of a loss of innocence on the streets of Sydney this morning. We're in the exclusion zone just across the road from our studios here. We're unable to get back into the building yet. But this is a really busy time. This is the commercial heartbeat of Sydney, usually at this time teeming with traffic and people. Yeah. There are a few people wandering off to work. Really solemn, heavy atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the streets with virtually no traffic in the city here this morning. And Premier Mike Baird has asked for flags to be flown at half-mast in memory of in tribute to the 2 hostages that have been tragically killed round the corner here in Link Cafe, as we send our thoughts and prayers to the families of those 2 hostages as well, and also an encouragement from the Premier to come and express your condolences in Martin Place as well.
Yeah, they've put condolence books near the Martin Place water fountain facing Pitt Street, and it really feels like everyone was so gripped by this, and a lot of people would have gone to bed late last night hoping and maybe expecting that none of those hostages would be harmed, let alone killed, and woken up this morning to hear about that 2:15 raid where police had no choice but to go in after they heard shots fired.
So much emotion in the city today, and a good thing to have condolence books, floral tribute areas, because this is a city that has a heavy heart this morning.
People also, I think, just want to do something. They want to register their feelings and their respect for the families and the loved ones of those killed in this. Now, we have with us Jamal, who was a friend or an acquaintance of the gunman, or at least knew the gunman. What can you tell us about him? How did you meet him?
Oh, I met with him for a short period, like in 2008. He sought a meeting with us as a peace activist who was opposing the Australian participation in the invasion of Afghanistan and Iraq. Such things that we supported too. We did not support the invasion, I mean.
So when you say us, you're with a particular group?
Yes, we are a particular group, Social Justice Network. We are community members of different communities who come on different issues, come together and do a lot of lobbying and activities. So he came and wanted to convince us that he's a peace activist and he wants to participate with us, our activities against the wars, against in the support of refugees and others, you know. But we found him collectively, like in the group, we found him very secretive. We could not know anything about his life. We could not know anything about his private life or what he's doing and what's his real agenda, what's his real thoughts, and we disconnected totally from contacting him after couple of months.
Right. Were you still, since then, were you still aware of him?
Yes.
The issue of sending letters to the family, hate mail to the families of Australian soldiers that were killed in the Middle East, the accessory to murder, the sexual assault charges. Is this a rogue member of your community?
What's happening? Of course, yes. He's very strange, very rogue, and he was never supported in the community. On the contrary, he was seen by leaders of the community. I talked to many leaders in the community, especially in the Shia community, and they said that he's strange, and they never engaged with him. By the way, I support what the Prime Minister said, that he has influence by extremists. He was Shia, but he changed his belongings and he adopted more extreme thoughts of Islam and started to embrace some of this.
Let me put a question to you though. What do you do as a community with people like this? Do you report them to the authorities and say, this guy's a danger, we're concerned? And do we have the laws in this country to actually contain people like him properly, or do we need more stringent laws?
I will go further. We contacted the authorities on the within the last 2 years on different occasions and reported more than him.
You reported him and others
and others like him, which is more concerning for us because this guy was not even displaying such extremist.
So you're saying there are others like him walking around at the moment, more extreme, walking around freely that you've reported to authorities.
And what do authorities tell you?
The authorities at some stage said we don't have enough evidence. We can't detain them. This is a democracy. For the last 2 years, not only this, we reported specific attacks on the community. There were businesses burned. There were people shot at. There were people stabbed. I was attacked in the middle of the day, and a lot of people like myself who were attacked reported to the police, and the authorities were very slow in dealing with these activities, which could give some kind of a green light to these extremists to continue with their campaign of bullying and attacks against rivals.
And the response from authorities were, we're a democracy, we don't have the power to do anything.
This is a lot of on many occasions. This is the response. This is the line. We are a democracy. We don't have enough evidence. Terrorism activities needs a lot of evidence to be able to charge and convict somebody.
How many people are you talking about who you think would be more dangerous and more extreme than that guy in there yesterday?
Tens.
Tens?
Yes. And I think this guy, what he done is unlike some reporting today that he was a lone wolf, an isolated case. He was inspired by the extremism and radicalization which was happening in this country and around the world. And he wanted to do something similar, to become a hero or something like this. And for the last 2 years, from mid of 2012, we saw very dangerous high level of radicalization, and the authorities did not do much. And
you're helping the authorities. You want them to act, but they're not acting.
Not only I, a lot of community members come forward and contacted the authorities and reported some activities. Not much.
And I talked to a Muslim yesterday who said exactly the same thing as you, and said in southwestern Sydney there are a lot of people that are known to community members that they're concerned about.
I talked to people from Brisbane, from Melbourne, and they experienced a lot of these activities, these attacks, and authorities need to come up with some solutions.
Well, hopefully they're now encouraged to do so, and it's something we will follow up more here on Sunrise. Jamal, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
That is extraordinary, isn't it? You are watching a special edition of Sunrise Live right around the country. It's coming up to 20 past 9 Eastern Daylight Time. It's 20 past 6 in the west, 20 past 8 in Queensland. We will be back with more in just a moment.